some new integrations coming up. OralB toothbrushes. So this is kind of cool. So the Bluetooth toothbrushes that you can buy. So the IO7 series and the Smart Series 7000, which just sounds like Smart Series 7000.
Ultra smart.
Sounds really cool until you realize it's talking about a toothbrush. But I mean, so some of those toothbrushes do have Bluetooth built in to say, hey, you've been brushing for this long on average, so on and so forth. I was thinking about this morning when before we started recording, and I was just kind of skimming through the show notes and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but how much information? Again, is too much information. But there is a really cool thing here. Like, again, so we have a lot of folks that listen that have kids, so on and so forth, right? So this becomes nice now, especially if you're starting to do like a credit system, like how James has.
I was going to say, this is exactly what I was going to talk about too. You can tell James has already got like an extra credit for, every minute that is an addition, right?
Exactly. Hey, you brush your teeth for the perfect amount of time. Here's, a gold star,
5
right?
extra
Whatever.
minutes on the Xbox.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Whatever that looks like, right? So, it's at first I was kind of like, and then I was like, oh, okay, I actually get it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I guess there's so many use cases. Like this would be really cool, I guess, as well for people that maybe in a assisted living or they want to be checked. What are the signs of life? Right, there's a toothbrush being turned on today.
That's a good one too, actually. So, or even if you do live with someone that has any kind of, whether it's like a concussion or something like that, where dementia. It's like, hey, you forget things, dementia, Alzheimer's. There's actually a really good use case for stuff like this, right? So, outside of our normal, let's face it, a lot of people who do a lot of the home automation stuff like that are fairly fairly privileged enough to be able to afford some of these things, first of all, right? But at the same time, I think it's also like, hey, if we can improve the quality of life of somebody living with one of those conditions, as an example, that's kind of, I think that's a win.
And one of the great things about it is it's so frictionless, right? Like we've been automating this, you got your tablet holders, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, make sure you take the right tablets from a medical point of view, I'm talking about here. But, that still requires someone to physically open up the right, pill box and take the right day's tablets. But here, like someone just turning on the toothbrush, the system can, without the user having to, or without the person having to do anything else, home assistant can tell, okay, the person's brushed their teeth today. So there's no remembering I have to push this button to say I've done my teeth today, or there's no ability for them to just push the button and ignore, not actually turn the toothbrush on at all. So,
yeah. And I mean, there's also the automation didn't fire for whatever reason, and mini panic, but I'd rather go double check and make sure everything is okay rather than not know for a few days, right? So I think that's a really cool use case, I think, right? Where again, I started off with like, I'm like, it's kind of dumb, and then I was like, no, you know what? It's actually really nice. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
and I think someone hacked this into Home Assistant a long time ago. They put it up on YouTube and it went viral. So there's a lot of, I think it's stuff like this that, mainstream people will go, oh yeah, all right, why would I want to do that? But it does start these sort of conversations, right? And it also then shows how powerful the smart home can be when, everything in your home, the little things can talk, but they can talk to other things as well. And open standard, like it really promotes open standards. So yeah, I think it's a great one.